point out, so just last week or so, we appointed interim persons to serve in various capacities. Those persons are likewise eligible to be considered. They will be put in the mix. Those who are interested shall be considered, will be considered. And with that, I want to say that the results will be shared with the public. I'm certain that the members of the committee will seek out the finest candidate and pick up where Chief Monroe left off, and to continue to lead our police department and our city to even brighter and a safer future. So we'll answer your questions.
What kind of timetable would you expect? Obviously, it doesn't sound like you're putting a deadline on to have a candidate by, but what sort of in your mind, how long does this process take?
I'll tell you that I have not proposed any timetable, but I have heard from the committee chairperson that that person has a rather ambitious timetable, and she wants to wait until she's had the benefit of talking with the committee members, and so that they can speak to it. But they're ready to hit the road. I would say to you that the timetable will obviously be before the election of the next mayor. And that could possibly be, as you know, another thing, the election of the next mayor could take place in November, but it might not take place till December because you could have a runoff. And I'm not suggesting that it is or it's not going to be. So they have an ambitious time schedule. I would imagine that Chairman Teague would speak to that herself at the appropriate time once she's had occasion to convene her members.
When is the first meeting?
I don't know.
We haven't set the first meeting yet. It will be soon, and as soon as I have a chance to talk to the members of the committee and get some information from them, we will be setting it up.
First weekend in October?
Right after the 4th. Maybe on the 4th. No, I'm just kidding. We have a very...
With our kids,
right? Just joking.
Who said, Mike, with our kids? Picnic at the Burn Estate. I mean, great.
Isn't this did several of these, Mr. Byrne and Mr. Herring serve on the police search committee the last time?
Mr. Herring didn't. No, Mr. Byrne did.
I served on the committee on the
For
transition team
Chief
and also the team for the chief administrative officer.
For the CAO.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've got experience.
Oh, this was a little smaller committee.
Yeah.
Some places-
Well, the other was divided for CAO. It was bigger, but the committee to pick the chief was small. It was. This is the same size as
About
the.
5 people.
Mhm.
Can you tell us who was on that committee, the police chief committee?
Jim Cherry, who will be serving as a consultant to this group. He is down. I'm glad you asked that question. He's in North Carolina now, but he compiled so much information that he's made it available, and he's told me to say to whomever the chairman would be that to make that information available, he would make it to him. I think in addition to that, Mr. Sherman was on the committee, Mr. Byrne was on the committee, and Melvin Law was on the committee. Huh? Eric Anderson was on the committee. Right?
Any reason why Mr. Law and Mr. Anderson were selected this time?
Yeah, these people were selected. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
What will the qualifications be for the chief? Would they be required to have a college degree?
They are not required to have a college degree. That was not a requirement in this instance.
So what other qualifications would they have?
Obviously, they would have to have proficiency in serving and managerial experiences and efficiency in managing it in terms of personnel, knowing how to handle finances and money, being able to get along with people and the public, and the various things that you would expect of a person who's in law enforcement, period. Yes, ma'am.
Chief Monroe was a very beloved figure in the city. He set the bar high.
No, because no one knew him when he came here. He started at the ground level, doesn't set the bar that high because people come in with their own set of ideas, their own set of principles, and we're not asking people to be another Rodney Monroe. Be the best of whatever you are. And that's not setting it high, carrying on the same ideas in terms of what we have in mind. That's what we want to do. And that's the more important thing.
Along that line, of carrying on the same ideas, would you feel like the preferred candidates would be those that support the community policing?
Sector policing,
Sector,
yes.
Kind of
Yes.
focusing on that emphasis.
We would like that very much, Will, because it's worked. And you don't knock things that work. You copy them if you can, and they have been already emulated other places. People are calling up here, wanting to find out how you did it and what you're doing in terms of sector policing, yeah.
So, wouldn't that give a leg up to the people who actually work with the system in place and are still working for us?
That's for the committee to decide, isn't it? Thanks.
You mentioned cost. Do you have a sense of what a search?
No, I
process
don't.
costs?
I don't, because you got advertisement, you got transportation, the usual cost associated with finding anybody.
What did the cost per Monroe?
I have no idea. I couldn't begin to tell you what it was. I would expect it would be kept to a minimum as far as possible. Once, I'm sorry.
Do you all expect to travel to various cities as well, possibly, depending on where it takes you?
That has happened. I tell you what, we've been very fortunate heretofore because we've had the assistance of FBI, DEA, ATF, and all of those entities helping us, as well as this is one of the things that Jim Cherry is going to be sharing with us, all of the background information we have as to where to go and who to look for and who's going to be coming to see us. Most of the times the people will come to you. That helps a great deal. Yes, sir.
Could you address sort of the unique situation where you're essentially courting a new police chief with them fully aware that you'll be gone within a matter of months, a new mayor will be in place, sort of to some degree the political dynamic will be changing. How easy or difficult do you envision that, just convince somebody to leave perhaps a very stable job to come to something that may, at least on appearance, be less stable?
That is a consideration that always has to be there. The question is, when that person comes, will that person have the support of the government? And that's one of the reasons that, as you recall, Chief Monroe says that if he felt he didn't have the support of governance, that he might look other places, and he did. Did he have the support of this administration? Yes. Will the new mayor, the new chief that comes in, have the support of this administration? Yes. The more important thing is for that person to have the support of the people. And once he has the support, or he or she has the support of the people will demand of their elected officials that they support whomever that person is. And so I would not think it's going to be the biggest consideration. For instance, we're not going to make this political. It isn't political, nor should it be political. Thank all of you for coming, and thank you, Mr. Herring, for, I know you had to adjust your schedule, and you got to go back to fighting up. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Jeff.
Mike, nice to see you always. Do you have a card?
I do.